As babies, we begin to learn about life as we play. The first toys we play with teach us colors, shapes, and probably a few annoying songs that will cause parents to contemplate the great battery robbery of the year. As we grow older, play still teaches us. Playing with the neighborhood kids helps us learn how to compromise. We can play tag today if we can play basketball tomorrow. Sports teach us how to work together as a team. Board games teach us how to strategize, deduce, and win or lose gracefully. As great as all those forms of playing and learning are, we're going to look far more closely at the game, Find the Item That Doesn't Belong. Often found on placemats at restaurants, in activity books, or computer games, this game involved using logic and reasoning to determine that a fish did not belong in a tree, barbells did not belong in the flower bed, and ice cream cones did not belong in the sky. Other forms of the same game would have a row of objects that one would have to determine the pattern of and eliminate the one that didn't belong. A row of bugs with a candle in the middle. Spoiler, the candle doesn't belong. Depending on the difficulty, this game can stump adults. We might not be children learning our colors as we play, but this simple game can still teach us. So what doesn't belong have to do with software? Number 1. Sometimes in business, software can be that glaring item that doesn't belong. Sure, it might seem like it could fit the pattern, for example, a bat in a lineup of birds. They all fly, they all eat bugs, but although one can make a case that 50% of the bat's characteristics fit into the lineup, a bat is not a bird. With software, some companies might be tempted to go with a solution that seems like it should work. Maybe it has some of the functions needed, or even says it will work for the industry. But if the company is left trying to make that software work, it might be that, much like the bat, only 50% of that solution works for their company. That leaves 50% of the solution not right for their company. Number 2. Finding the answer to what doesn't belong shouldn't leave the child frustrated or confused. If one looks at this challenge, we might say the cake doesn't belong since it is not a fruit. Equally right, we could say that the blackberries don't belong since they aren't red. Or the pomegranate doesn't belong since it has an inedible peel. When there are multiple ways to answer the question, but only one is acceptable, the result can be a recipe for frustration. In business, using software that doesn't belong can create issues if each employee is trying to make it work in his or her own way. Perhaps some employees find a way that works great, but if that's not the way another group of employees makes it work, one or the other will need to follow the other method. When neither method is using the software as intended, the employees who are forced to comply might be left frustrated that their answer to making it work was thrown out in favor of someone else's. Number 3. When software doesn't belong, a third problem is the cost. This cost can be extracted from the company in one of two ways. The first way that a company might pay for software that doesn't belong is in the purchase and implementation of a solution that seems like it will work, only it does not. The company must then choose whether return to the old software or purchase another solution that will hopefully work. Either way, the money invested in the solution that doesn't work is lost. The second way software that doesn't belong can be costly is in the time spent making it work. That could be spent elsewhere. Time is money in business. If employees are forced to invest hours into software that doesn't work well, they are not investing that time into sales, production, or other tasks that could help the company grow and succeed. Number 4. Software that doesn't belong can also affect customers and clients. If the solution that doesn't belong is customer-facing, people might be left frustrated enough to find somewhere else to take their business. Even if the solution is never used by clients, they can still be affected adversely when the employees helping them are slowed down by the solution that doesn't belong. Using software that doesn't belong is far from fun. Even if it can maybe work okay-ish, a custom solution that does exactly what is needed can save a company time, money, and aggravation. If you'd like to find out more about a custom solution for your business, visit swansoftwaresolutions.com to schedule a free assessment.